Hi, pure souls. I'm Emma. I'm nothing different than you or from you. I'm a small little conductor of Nikola Tesla's vision of bridging the gap between the physics and the science with the metaphysical realm of the consciousness. Because I see what he saw. So throughout the human history, there have been individuals whose intellect, vision, and the innovations seems far beyond their time. Some of these individuals, such as the philosopher Plato and the inventor like Nikola Tesla, have been regarded not only as the geniuses, but as possible recipients of knowledge from the higher, or now we call extraterrestrial sources. These individuals exhibit the traits and the experience that lead us to question whether their groundbreaking ideas were the result of the original human thoughts, or if they were in touch with something greater. In this exploration, we'll dive into the possibility of the conscious downloads, the moments of those profound insight where the knowledge seems to come down from an external higher intelligence. So the Plato is the ancient Greek philosopher, is one of the most significant figures in the Western philosophy. So his works such as the Republic, the Symposium, the Timaeus explore the nature of the reality, justice, and the human condition. But Plato's idea about reality were far from mundane. So he proposed that the material world was only the shadow of a higher and a more perfect realm, the world of forms. So according to Plato, everything in the material world was merely like an imperfect representation of a transcendent ideal reality. So while Plato never clearly claimed to have been in contact with extraterrestrial beings, his metaphysical ideas could be interpreted as a kind of contact with the higher realm. So in Timaeus, he often elaborate the account how the universe was crafted by a divine craftsman, the Demiurge, who used to use the eternal forms as a blueprint. So this celestial figure in Plato's cosmology created order out of the chaos, suggesting an underneath of the cosmos far ahead of his time. So 2,500 years ago, when people firmly believed that the earth was flat, Plato got this unearthly information and the downloads and described how planet Earth looked like from space, from a distance as today. He surely says that the earth is round like a sphere and it revolves on its axis. Plato also said that if we had technology to generate enough power to travel fast enough, we could get beyond the atmosphere. He speaks about other kind of beings who have this knowledge of deep space, as it is, he says, among many other living beings. So these beings dwell on land, some living in the air, some on the islands surrounded by air. These beings live far longer time than human here. And then they surpass us in the sight, hearing, wisdom, and all such faculties. So Plato's theory of the forms indicated an idea that higher truth, or the knowledge, exists beyond the material world. Could this have been an ancient interpretation of what modern believers in extraterrestrial contact called conscious downloads. So Plato's allegory, of the cave, where humans perceive only shadows of the true reality, can be viewed as a metaphor for our limited understanding, with higher being or intelligences guiding those few who seek the truth outside of the shadows. Here are some traits of the Plato's contact I would like to share with you guys. So number one is the visionary thought. So Plato's belief in a higher reality beyond the material world suggests like a deeper connection with a kind of cosmic intelligence. So his insights into the structure of the reality, especially his views on eternal truth, point to wisdom that seem to come from beyond his earthly experience in his time. Number two, the philosopher king ideal. So in the Republic, the Plato proposed that only philosopher kings, individuals who have ascended beyond the physical world to grasp the higher truth, they are fit for the rule. These individuals, potentially attuned to this higher intelligence, exhibit the qualities of the wisdom, courage, and the justice that suppress ordinary human capacities. Number three, the divine creation and the cosmic order. So Plato's description of the demarage and the creation of the universe hints at the knowledge of cosmic process that might not have been accessible to human understanding in his time, which some interpreted as evidence of him tapping into the universal, perhaps the extraterrestrial intelligence. So now, I would like to talk about my another favorite contactee, Nikola Tesla, the genius ahead of his time. So the Nikola Tesla is widely recognized as one of the greatest inventors and visionaries in human history. So his contributions to science and technology included the development of alternating current, the induction motor, the Tesla coil, wireless and energy transmission, and even early concepts for radar and X-rays. So Tesla's mind worked on a plane few others could understand, leading to the suspicions that he was somehow in touch with a higher conscious or otherworldly intelligence. So Tesla himself often claimed that many of his ideas came to him in flash of insight. So what could be termed as conscious downloads, this kind of download is happening to me too. So it became more and more noticeable about 2.5 years ago. Of course, I don't get the same message, same downloads as Tesla. He is absolutely a gift sent from the higher intelligence. So he was meant to come here, improve the human living experience on so much different and higher scales. And my own downloads are more of grasp pieces together and then see a whole picture. So the Nikola Tesla described his process of invention as receiving fully formed ideas or concepts in his mind, which he would then refine into functioning models. So the Tesla famously claimed that he was merely a receiver from a source of knowledge outside of himself. So that suggesting a connection with an intelligence beyond the earth. So in his later years, Tesla became increasingly interested in communicating with other planets. So he even claimed that to have received signals from extraterrestrial through his experiments with the radio waves in 1899. So while working in Colorado Springs. So through the scientific community was still very skeptical, Tesla insisted that he had detected intelligible signals, believing that the beings from other planets were attempting to communicate with him. So his gift of invention to the humanity was far, far ahead of his time. Sadly, the humanity was not ready for his gift at his time, or even today. His goals of making free energy for the whole world quickly backfired, with the capitalism and the human needs for control and power. So what are the traits Nikola Tesla possessed as a contactee? So I would give you few. Number one, visualization abilities. Tesla had an extraordinary ability to visualize some complex machinery in his mind without needing to sketch or build prototypes first. He would often see inventions in the vivid detail down to the smallest component, so before physically constructing them. So this level of the mental clarity has been interpreted by some as the evidence of the receiving conscious downloads from those information from the higher sources of the intelligence. So number two, obsession with universal energy. So Tesla believed in all pervasive cosmic energy that could be harnessed to power the whole world. He envisioned a future where energy could be freely transmitted wirelessly around the globe. So this belief suggests that Tesla might have tapped into a universal field of knowledge, so often theorized by the modern thinkers as a form of cosmic or extraterrestrial communication. Number three, isolation and genius. Like many alleged contactees, so Tesla lived in an isolation style, often working tirelessly on his inventions, seemingly out of touch with ordinary society. So his single-minded focus on creating technologies to advance humanity suggests a higher purpose, as if guided by a vision far beyond the limitations of the time. So now, let's talk about what is the concept of conscious downloads. So how higher intelligence reaches humanity. Conscious downloads refers to a moment of intense clarity or insight where the individuals feels like as though the complex ideas or a complete system of knowledge are downloaded into their mind from external sources. These experiences are often reported by visionaries, inventors, and spiritual figures, and are seen as moments where the higher intelligence, whether it's the extraterrestrial or the divine, communicates with the humanity. So I have noticed some of the traits these contactees possesses, and I myself somehow have this kind of traits too. I just showed these traits like much later in my life, in my middle 40s. Here are some three major traits. Number one, isolation and focus. Many individuals who report receiving conscious downloads share the common traits of isolation, intense focus, and a deep sense of purpose. Whether it's Plato retreating into the philosophical study or Tesla working alone in his lab, these figures often distance themselves from the conventional society, possibly to attune with themselves to the higher frequencies of the thought. So number 2, sudden insights. Contactees frequently describe receiving ideas or solutions to problems in sudden, overwhelming moments of clarity. This process, which defies conventional intellectual methods, so hints at an external source of the knowledge that bypass the ordinary human cognition. Number 3, cosmic curiosity. These individuals are often obsessed with the nature of reality, the universe, and mankind's place in it. Their pursuit of knowledge goes beyond the physical world into metaphysical realms, where they seem to tap into the universal truths. The legacy of figures like Plato and Tesla challenges us to rethink the boundaries of human knowledge. Were they in contact with the extraterrestrial beings, or did they simply access a higher level of the conscious that remains untapped by the average people or person? Regardless of the source, their insights have shaped the trajectory of the human understanding in a profound ways. So perhaps their genius is evidence that the humanity is not alone in the cosmos, but is guided subtly or overtly by intelligences beyond our comprehension. The star may hold the answers, and the visionaries like Plato and Tesla may have been our earliest messengers. So many other historical and contemporary figures have been thought to receive the conscious downloads or to be in contact with the extraterrestrial or higher intelligence. Many people like me, as just a regular person, receive some degree of the higher intelligence information and downloads as well. Today, many people who engage in activities like meditation, channeling, and an altered state of the consciousness report similar experiences to what might be called conscious downloads. In the digital age, some describe these experiences as receiving information or insights from the cosmic internet or a collective consciousness. These modern claims could echo the experience of the historical figures like Plato, Tesla, and others. The exploration of these individuals as messengers of the stars opens up the possibility that groundbreaking ideas and advancements in human history may have come from a source beyond our immediate reality, whether through the direct extraterrestrial contact, higher consciousness, or simply an untapped potential within the human's mind. The figures like Plato, Tesla, and others continues to intrigue and inspire both scientific and metaphysical inquiries. So their legacy serves as a reminder that there may be much more to human knowledge than we currently understanding and we know, and that perhaps the star or something greater are still guiding us. I appreciate your likes and a subscription to my channel. I'm not here to collecting any followers. You are your own power soul. You don't need to follow me. I'm here just to appreciate. I truly appreciate your support. And thank you so much. And be yourself, be your soul, be the universe.